church family. I'm someplace that I haven't been at all for my midweek encouragement videos yet, and there's something kind of exciting that's going to be going on this week in this space. I'm sitting in our overflow area, and for a lot of us, we rarely see this space. We had it open for Heritage Day when we were celebrating the 150th anniversary, and we kind of packed out the church that day. Well, one of the things that's going to be happening in this room is our new live streaming ministry is going to have their new home in a corner of the overflow room. We have one of our cameras mounted. We have a second camera ordered. And this is just going to enable that group to be able to get the best quality video that we can out to the internet. We may be trying something new this week and just going live on YouTube. We're taking a look at what we can do to best utilize both our internet as well as our resources here in the church building. And so that's kind of exciting that team is going to be starting up over in the corner of the overflow. The other thing that's going to be happening here is during second service, we're going to be utilizing the overflow area. We were pretty full this last week, which is exciting, especially considering that it was July 5th. July 4th weekend is usually historically pretty low, but we were starting to run short on space. We talked about the possibility of removing the ropes, but one of the things that became clear to me this week is we still have families on both ends of the spectrum on where their comfort levels are in regards to social distancing. And one of the things that we are called to do, one of the things we're called to be, we are called to love one another. Now that means loving one another even when we disagree. That means paying attention to the needs of our brothers and sisters in Christ and making sure that everyone feels safe and comfortable. Let me just encourage you. You're going to have different opinions from other people, people you're close with, people that you're not so close with. And that's okay. These aren't salvation issues. These aren't essential issues. You may disagree with them, but can I ask you to please disagree with them with grace? And that's for both sides of the spectrum, both ends of the spectrum. Don't mock someone or belittle them because of the way that they feel they should be approaching this current pandemic that we're in. And so we're going to be leaving the ropes up because there are those that still aren't comfortable being close to people that they're not family members with. And so we're going to open up the overflow, and for second service at least. I don't think we'll need to for first service, but if we have to, we will. And my family doesn't know this yet, but I volunteered us to come over here and sit. So that second row will be available in second service. By all means, make your way up closer to the front. And if there's people that you already are spending time with during the week, would you sit with them? Families are doing a great job of sitting together, but if there's people that you're already spending time with, you're already coming in contact with, sit with them. We need to have space for some of our larger families whenever they come in. But we also want to make sure that there's space for those of our members and those that attend that aren't comfortable being close to other members yet, that they can practice social distancing. We want to show them love in that way, much in the same way that we want to make sure we're showing love to everyone at all times. So the overflow is going to be open. There's two pews that are practicing social distancing here, as well as plenty of pews in the main part of the worship center. This is just one more way that we get to come alongside one another through this. This has been a challenge for a lot of people. Things are not what they used to be. Things are not what we may like, but this is what we have right now. And so we want to be able to continue to worship. We don't want anyone to be uncomfortable, and we certainly don't want anyone to get sick. So please make sure that you're giving space to other folks. Don't sit in the pews that are marked off because the person behind or in front of you may not be comfortable with that. And talk to each other. Ask if they're comfortable with you sitting where they're at. That's okay right now. And it's also okay to not be comfortable with it. And there is no shame in that, and we want to make sure that no one is behaving in a way that would be unchristian through all of this, especially as we're going through 2 Corinthians, and Paul is teaching us so much of what it means to be kingdom citizens, to be kingdom Christians. So again, we've got some exciting things going on in the overflow. We actually have put up some curtains over the lower half of the stained glass window to try to cut down on a little bit of the light and a little bit of the heat that comes in through that. We're hoping that this time is done soon, and we're making our next step this Sunday towards that. We will have junior worship, children's church, during first and second service. During the sermon time, the kids will be dismissed from the main worship center to go to their own worship that is directed and geared towards them. So we're making new steps every week to be back to what is going to be normal for us. So I hope you guys are doing well. Let me just encourage you again, love one another and love each other well. I'll see you on Sunday.